Good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 58, lesson 12. Homework, please make sure you're turning to the correct page. It says right here, Terrence finished a word search in 3/4 the time it took Frank. Charlotte finished a word search in 2/3 time it took Terrence. Frank finished a word search in 32 minutes. How long did it take Charlotte to finish the word search? So in order to solve for this problem, what I want to look for is what is already given. We know how much time it took Frank to finish the word search. So I'm writing down 32 minutes because that's how much Frank finished. So Frank's is already given to us, 32 minutes for Frank. Now for Charlotte, it says over here that Charlotte finished the word search 2/3 the time it took Terrence. So based on what Terrence gets is what we're going to write for Charlotte. So first we're going to multiply 3/4 of 32 to figure out how much Terrence took in order to solve for the problem. So I am multiplying right here 3/4 of 32. We have 3 times 32 and 4 times 1. So for this problem, you can either multiply straight across or you can break down 32. So I broke down 32 to 8 and 4 because I noticed that the denominator is 4. Now I can cross off 4 and 4, and what I have left is 3 times 8. And 3 times 8 is equal to 24. So my final answer for Terrence is equal to 24. So taking this number right here, 24, I'm going to multiply for Charlotte. As you notice for Charlotte, it says here that Charlotte finished the word search in 2/3 of the time it took Terrence. So we have 2/3 of 24. That's where Charlotte comes from. Where that number 2/3 comes from, that's where I'm grabbing that from problem. So now I'm going to multiply. I have 2 times 24 and 3 times 1. I can break 24 into 3 and 8 because my denominator is 3 and I want to get 3 so I can multiply and cross it off. So I'm crossing off 3 and 3. So what I have left is 2 times 8. And 2 times 8 is equal to 16. So now I have all of the minutes it takes them. It's 24 minutes for Terrence, 16 minutes for Charlotte, and 32 minutes for Frank. So now what I'm going to do is it asks me how long did it take Charlotte to finish the word search. So right here I'm looking at Charlotte and it took her 16 minutes to finish, and that is my final answer. For the next problem, I have problem number 2. For problem number 2, it says Mrs. Phillips ordered 56 pizzas for a school fundraiser. So I have the number 56. Of the pizzas ordered, 2/7 of them were pepperoni, 19 were cheese, and the rest were veggie pizzas. What fraction of the pizzas was veggies? So I know there was pepperoni, cheese, and veggie for 56 pizzas. And I also know that 2/7 of them were pepperoni, 19 were cheese, and the rest were veggie pizzas. So I'm trying to figure out what is my answer for the veggie pizza. To figure that out, I'm going to multiply 2/7 of 56. Why 56? Because 56 is the whole number of all the pizzas, and 2/7 is how many I would find out for pepperoni. So I'm multiplying. 2 times 56 and 7 times 1. I can break 56 into 7 and 8 because 7 is a denominator that I have on the bottom. So now I have 2 times 8. And 2 times 8 is going to give me 16. So what that means is that I have 16 pepperoni. So I wrote down 16 here. Now I need to figure out how much veggie there is. In order to figure that out, I am going to subtract 56 minus 16 plus 19 because I know that there are 16 for pepperoni and 19 for cheese. So 16 plus 19 is equal to 35. And when I subtract 56 minus 35, 6 minus 5 is 1 and 5 minus 3 is 2. So I get 21 veggie pizzas. So what that means is 21/56 or 3/8 of the pizzas were considered veggies. And why did I put 56 under my fraction? Because that's how many pizzas there were in all. Now turning to the next page, I have page 59. On page 59, it says here, in an auditorium, 1/6 of the students are 5th graders, 1/3 are 4th graders, and 1/4 of the remaining students are 2nd graders. If there are 96 students in the auditorium, how many 2nd graders are there? So right here, I have 5th graders, I have 4th graders, and I have 2nd graders. To find out how much there is for 5th graders, what I did here was I multiplied. Oh no, I don't know what happened, but my charger just suddenly blanked out. So I'm going to click on this again so that you guys can see. I don't know why it's doing that. I think I accidentally touched the cord. Give me a second to fix this. There we go. And I'm going to zoom in. So I have 5th graders. And for 5th graders, I have right here, it is 1/6. 1/6 because it says in an auditorium, 1/6 of the students are 5th graders. So I'm multiplying 1/6 times 96. Why 96? Because 96 is the number of all students. So I'm multiplying 1 times 96, which is equal to 96. And I have 96 divided by 6. So now I am going to divide. How many times can 9 go into 6? 1 time. What is 6? 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. Bring down your 6. 6 can go into 36 16 times. So what that means is there are 16 5th graders. Now I'm going to work on the 4th graders. For 4th graders, it says right here that they're 1/3. So highlighting this number right here, 1/3, 4th graders. And where did I get that? Right from the problem. So now I am going to multiply. I have 1 times 96, which is equal to 96, and 3 times 1 is equal to 3. So now I'm dividing 3 divided by 96. 3 can go into 9 3 times, and 3 can go into 6 2 times. So my final answer is equal to 32. For the last problem I have over here, it says 2nd graders. And for 2nd graders, it tells me that there is 1/4 of the remaining for 2nd graders. So I am multiplying. 1 times 48 is equal to 48, and 4 times 1 is equal to 4. So now I am going to divide 48 divided by 4. 4 can go into 4 1 time, and 4 can go into 8 2 times. So my final answer is equal to 12. Okay? Now to figure out how much I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 16 plus 32, 5th graders and 4th graders. 6 plus 2 is 8, 3 plus 1 is 4. And over here I have 2nd graders. I'm going to subtract 96 minus 48 to find out how many 2nd graders I have. So 6 minus 8, I'm going to regroup. 16 minus 8 is 8. 9 changes to an 8. 8 minus 4 is equal to 48. So we have 48 2nd graders. For problem number 4, at a track meet, Jacob and Daniel competed in a 220-mile hurdle. Daniel finishes 3/4 in a minute. Jacob finishes 5/12 of a minute remaining. Who ran the race in the faster time? So we have Daniel, Jacob. So what we have here for Daniel is we have 3/4. Where did I get the number 3/4 from? It says right here that he finishes 3/4 of a minute. So that's where I get my number 3/4. And so now I am going to multiply 3 times 60. 3 times 6 is equal to 80. 18. Add my 0, so I get 180 divided by 4. And I can solve for it right here. 180 divided by 4. 4 goes into 18 4 times. 18 minus 16 is equal to 2. Bring down my 0. 4 can go to 25 times. So 20 minus 20 is equal to 0. So my final answer is 45. Now for Jacob. For Jacob, it says right here that 7/12 of 60. And where did I get, sorry, not 7/12. Yes. So I'm going to be multiplying 7/12 of 60. And the reason being is because 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. So 7 times 60, I'm going to break it into into 5 and 12. So I'm crossing off my numbers. What I have left is 7 times 5. And 7 times 5 is equal to 35. So 5/12 of a minute remaining is 7/12 of a minute. The last problem, it asked me to express the difference Remember that the difference means to subtract. So the word difference, they're asking you to subtract, and they're times as a fraction of a minute. In order to do that, I am going to subtract 45 minus 35. 35 comes from the problem over here, and 45 comes from the number that I got from Daniel. So you can draw an arrow down if you want. 45 minus 35 is equal to 10 seconds. So it is 1/6 of a minute, or you can just write 10 seconds. Turning to the next page, I have page 60. On page 60, it asks you to create and solve a word problem about a runner who is training for a race. Include at least one fraction in your story. So this is a story that you're making up yourself. You do not have to solve. If you want to, you can solve. So I wrote, running the same distance each day, a runner runs 48 kilometers in 4 days. On the last day, she ran around a lake 3 times. What is the distance around the lake? And for number 6, they also ask you to create a story. And I wrote, Martha's allowance is $12 each week. Janet's allowance is $8 each week. They spend 1/5 of their combined allowance to buy a bag of candy. How much money do they spend on the candy? And that is all for today.